Hi, I'm Rusty Wise.
And I'm Jermaine Gash.
And today on the Wise Wednesdays, we've taken your views and topics that you've recommended to us through email, social media, and that sort of things, and we've come up with a list of things that we'll talk about today.
Yep. And we're hoping, with this Q&A that we're able to hopefully make some changes in the community and surrounding areas.
So a few items that people have talked about is the water in Cherryville, North Carolina.
Yes. And by the way, you guys were very active on social media. We really appreciate it. Please continue to comment and share our posts. But yes, this was a concern for a lot of the community, was the water.
Yeah, the Cherryville, North Carolina water issue, and a lot of it is the brown, dirty water that they're getting in their homes. As far as the quality of water, as far as the state tested, I think, every year.
Right.
And as far as it leaving the plant, I assume that it's okay. At least they say it's okay.
Right.
But by the time it gets to the homeowner, it's dirty, dingy looking.
Right.
And I think a lot of that is because of the 100-year-old pipes in the ground.
Yes. So the actual water quality itself is fine. It's drinkable. But by the time it gets to our homes, I've noticed it occasionally. Have you?
A little bit every now and again. It depends on what neighborhood you live in. Some neighborhoods have dirtier water than others, I guess you could say. So I think the quality of it may be okay. It's just how it looks.
Just how it looks, yeah. So apparently there's some really old pipes, but there's rumors that maybe they're working on that. At least that's what I've seen.
I believe so. I believe they're going to be working on it. I see them draining or actually open up fire hydrants throughout the city. So I guess they're doing that to continuously flow the water so the sediment doesn't build up.
Yep. And I know that was a big one, guys. So hopefully this clears it up a little bit for you guys. And yeah.
Another topic is when is Scooter's Coffee opening up? And I think that's going to be in a couple weeks in February.
Yes, I'm so excited, guys. But yes, we don't have an official opening date at the moment, but we have heard that, or we think that it's going to be in the next couple of weeks.
Yes, in February. Another issue is more restaurants.
Yes.
And more restaurants with a bar.
Yes.
And
why there aren't any restaurants with bars.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can't even get a beer in Cherryville, and it's kind of weird that, and I don't know, at one time, it was my understanding that when they passed liquor by the drink, the ratio to food to alcohol was very high, to like 50-50. I don't know if that's true, but like you had to sell so much food, and it had to equal the amount of drinks that you sold.
Okay.
So that could be part of the issue. I don't know.
Okay.
But that's something we might want to check on. Well,
Maybe
if you guys know, if you guys know, comment and on this segment and just let us know what your thoughts are on these topics.
Yeah.
Another issue is the new lithium plant.
Yes.
A possible new lithium plant. My understanding, they've been working on that for a few years. And so we'll see how that pans out.
Yes, and here recently they were pretty active. They were actually giving out a grant, right, or a scholarship.
Yes. I think the Piedmont Lithium has their foundation office now in Cherryville on Main Street, and so they're giving out money now prior to them actually opening up for business, I guess you could say. I guess they're still waiting on the permits for that. Okay. And that process could take a while. Next is community playgrounds. People saying we need more playgrounds. We did the segment in Waco. They have a very nice playground.
Very nice.
And Cherryville does have playgrounds. There's a couple in Cherryville.
Yeah. There's also a community pool as well. So there's quite a few places for your kids to hang out and play.
Yeah, and we've had those playgrounds, but something that people probably don't understand is we live in a rural area. And like for dogs, most people in this area have rural neighborhoods, and they have a half acre or quarter acre worth of land to take their dog or dog to play. So, greenway parks have never been a big issue in the small rural areas because everybody's got plenty of space. But like if you were in New York or LA, you would definitely need a greenway in a park.
So the need for a dog park isn't necessarily there, but it could be used as maybe a social thing, to get to know your neighbors or to let your dog socialize. But most people in these communities do have yards, so I could see how they're there may not be a dog park, here at the moment because of that.
And at cluster homes, which there's 2 cluster home neighborhoods supposedly coming to Cherryville, and a lot of times those cluster home neighborhoods, they build their own little park. Because a lot of times the yards are not very big in those neighborhoods, so they actually have their own park for dogs and animals and socialism, so
very
to speak.
true.
Yeah. Another issue was the trap, neuter, release program, and could we have something like that? And that's for pets.
And that'll come in handy. I do notice that there's a lot of, pets going missing or just, I guess, stray animals here in the area. So there's definitely a need for something like that.
Yes, I see a lot of cats and dogs, and maybe the animal hospitals around and the vets around can help with that. And I'm sure they would.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, if you know of any vets in the area, definitely show them this video or tag them below. We'd love to have that conversation.
Another issue that not just Cherryville, but Shelby, Lincoln, and Gastonia has expressed interest to us is the homeless.
Yes.
What is the homeless population and what are we doing? I would say, 30 years ago in Cherryville or most of the surrounding areas, you just didn't see a whole lot of homeless.
Yeah. And I'd even say, as far as, maybe 15 years ago, I didn't see as many as we do now even. So I definitely see where the numbers increase. So, yeah, that's a big thing here.
Yeah, and I think the homeless, a lot of people say as, homeless, they're on drugs, but I don't think that's necessarily the case for all individuals.
Absolutely
A
not.
lot of it is just the cost of living.
Yes.
The cost of housing today is getting so out of reach. You can take a little 1,300 square foot house, and it's $350,000 to $400,000.
Right.
So with interest rates going up, then it makes housing non-attainable for a lot of people.
Exactly.
So what's their choice,
Exactly.
Rent's going up. Now rent's $1,000, $2,000 a month. So if you're working a $15 an hour job, you can't afford a home.
Yeah.
And home ownership, there's a lot of other costs that goes with home ownership.
Right.
It's just not the cost of the house. It's the taxes. It's the upkeep.
Yep.
It's all those hidden costs that people forget about. So everyone loves to have a home, but a lot of times it's just not attainable.
Right.
So that's something I think we need to do as a country, and in this area is provide adequate housing, which is a huge need.
Absolutely. So it's definitely a much bigger issue. So.
And next is the potholes
Yes.
and roads in Cherryville.
Yes. And I know that a lot of you guys had opinions on this and voiced your frustration.
I've threatened to name a couple. Now, one I was going to name, and I might name him. I might go out there. I was going to name him Tom Brady because he just keeps coming back.
He does. Yeah. So we're thinking about naming some of these potholes, guys.
Yeah, Tom Brady and some other names. Yeah, we'll come up with some clever names. But that's one thing everyone's been complaining about is the potholes. And I don't know how long do we leave a hole open in the road? Is it a month, 6 months? Is it a year? I don't know, but I think that's part of the Cherryville issue. And we back to the water is the infrastructure is so old underneath some of these roads that they keep having water breaks. And so they keep digging the road up.
Right.
So I don't know if they're waiting on the next water leak to come up so they don't have to patch it, or they're just waiting. I don't know what to
replace the pipes.
Yeah. I don't know. But I look like a drunk driver some mornings, so, dodging the potholes.
You and me both.
And the roads. But I'm sure they're working on it. But I don't know. I've got a couple I want to name.
Yeah. Maybe we'll post them in the Town Talk.
Yeah. And, of course, the high electric bills in Cherryville, and that's something that's been going on for a while. They are higher than some surrounding towns, and like Duke Energy and REA. And the last I checked, it was about 20-25% higher.
Okay.
A lot of times,
do you have any idea why in this area specifically, or?
Well, I know a couple of years ago, it was brought up, and the city of Cherryville invested in Electric Cities, which is they actually have ownership in a Catawba nuclear plant.
Okay.
And they still have that debt, so of course they have that debt to pay back. So it is a little higher, but a lot of times it's not just the cost of the electric, it's everybody says their electric bill's high, or their power bill's high, but a lot of time it's the water, the sewer, the trash. You have to look at the whole bill instead of just the electric part. And then also in Cherryville, there's a lot of older homes. So a lot of the homes are not insulated. They don't have the adequate equipment, the high efficiency equipment. So that runs the bill up too. So is it higher? Yes, but is it double or triple? No. I mean, if you've got a double or triple power bill, there's probably something else going on, I would say. Now, if you're out in the country and you're on a well, then you don't have a water or sewer bill. Right. So a lot of times it may cost you double to live in the city, but there's a lot of benefits to that too, because you have trash pickup and sewer and that sort of thing.
Okay.
So that's a little explanation on that.
Awesome.
And so that's mainly the top topics that were given to us. Of course, there were some more, and we really appreciate everyone's feedback on these topics. And if you guys have any answers or want more answers, and some of these we're going to investigate and get to the bottom of some of this. And a lot of it is coming down the pipe. We've had some good segments. We've got a lot of good people coming on in the next few months.
So excited, guys.
Yeah, a lot of good people coming on Wise News Network and working on our animated intro, and it's going to be cool. We're working on a lot of neat stuff.
Yes, lots of surprises coming for you guys. If you like these Q&As, definitely don't hesitate to send us more questions and concerns, and maybe we can get some of that resolved for you. So don't forget to like, comment, share this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. We're growing every day, and we're super excited.
Yeah, stay tuned for more. If you have any ideas, like you say, shoot them to us. Media is a definitely needed segment of America. You know, media is what uncovers some things. Information tells things. Without media, a lot of people wouldn't know what's going on. So we really appreciate everybody's help. And we're going to have a lot of segments coming. If you have any interesting topic that you'd like for us to cover, if you have anybody that'd like to come on board with us, such as an investigative reporters want to help us out part-time, internship, let us know. We'd love to have you.
We would.
So from Wise News Network, I'm Rusty Wise.
And I'm Jermaine Gash.
And we really appreciate you tuning in today. Thanks.
Bye, guys.